What is up, One Piece fans, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready, because today we are diving deep into the absolute chaos that was episode 1092. The Egghead arc is officially in full swing, and trust me, it did not disappoint. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's break down everything that just happened. Previously on One Piece, we saw the Straw Hats finally meet Lilith, one of the 6 versions of the world's greatest scientist, Dr. Vegapunk. At the same time, Luffy, Jinbe, Chopper, and Bonney crash-landed on the futuristic marvel that is Egghead Island. They quickly discovered that almost everything there was made of mind-bendingly advanced holograms. It didn't take long for them to run into another Vegapunk satellite, a massive girl named Atlas. Luffy, being Luffy, couldn't help but joke that she was even bigger than Kaido. The episode kicks off right where we left off. Luffy is stunned, remembering Kobe mentioning Vegapunk, but he never pictured them looking like this. Bonney, however, is not convinced at all. She's adamant that this giant girl can't possibly be the real Dr. Vegapunk she's been searching for. Then, the scene cuts to a CP0 ship slicing through the waves, heading straight for Egghead. And guess who's on board? The one and only Rob Lucci, Kaku, and Stussy. It's a reunion of some of the government's deadliest agents. Kaku starts talking about how there's only one Dr. Vegapunk, but Stussy is quick to correct him, hinting that the situation is far more complex than it seems. And here's where we get a massive lore drop. Stussy reveals she's actually a clone created by Vegapunk himself, modeled after a mysterious woman from the legendary Rocks Pirates era. How insane is that? Kaku, ever the professional, tries to steer the conversation back to their mission. He explains that Vegapunk, being the certified genius that he is, was so overwhelmed with work that he split his consciousness into 6 different bodies, or satellites. These 6 satellites are Shaka, the embodiment of logic; Lilith, who represents evil; Edison, the flash of inspiration; Pythagoras, the keeper of wisdom; Atlas, who embodies wrath; and finally, York, the representation of greed. Each one works independently, but together they make up the single, brilliant mind of Dr. Vegapunk. Lucci, ever the skeptic, finds the whole concept completely unbelievable. But their mission isn't just a friendly visit. Their orders are chilling: return the Seraphim Kuma to Egghead, and then eliminate all 6 Vegapunks. The world government is making a huge move, and it's happening right now. Back on the island, Jinbe is still trying to wrap his head around the idea that Atlas is Vegapunk. Meanwhile, Luffy, Chopper, and Bonney are absolutely stuffed after devouring a mountain of food from one of Egghead's incredible food machines. Atlas just laughs, telling them they've eaten enough to feed an entire army. Suddenly, a robotic dog shows up, called Recycling Unit 01. Its job is to collect trash and turn it back into resources. Luffy, in his typical friendly fashion, tries to play fetch with it by tossing a cup. Big mistake. The robot gets furious and starts chasing him, Chopper, and Bonney all over the place. Atlas explains that the machine has 0 tolerance for littering. It's a hilarious, classic Straw Hat moment of chaos. After learning their lesson the hard way, Atlas heads off to deal with a giant mechanical dinosaur that's rampaging nearby. Just another day on Egghead, I guess. A little later, our crew spots a group of small robots marching in formation. Bonney figures they must be researchers, but Luffy has other plans. He spots another machine, and thinking it's another food dispenser, jumps right in. But this time, it's a clothing machine. He starts mashing buttons, and suddenly he's decked out in a slick futuristic outfit. Everyone is amazed, and of course, they all have to try it. Bonney chooses a cool combat suit, Chopper gets a stylish new look, and Jinbe, true to form, picks a vibrant, tropical Hawaiian shirt. It's a pure, fun-filled moment that reminds us why we love this crew so much. But the fun doesn't last long. The mood shifts dramatically when Bonnie reminds them they're still intruders on a government-controlled island. As she prepares to leave and continue her personal mission to find Vegapunk, Luffy's observation hockey flares up. He senses immense danger and yells for her to stop. And then it appears, a mechanical, imposing version of Bartholomew Kuma, dressed like a government officer. Its eyes glow as it scans them. Luffy immediately activates his armament haki, ready for a fight. Memories of their brutal encounters with Kuma on Thriller Bark and Sabaody flash before his eyes. The robot identifies them as criminals for eating without paying and for vandalism. Luffy tries to explain he just pressed random buttons, but it's no use. The pacifista attacks. Bonnie freezes, her eyes wide with shock and horror. She recognizes the figure before her. That's her father. Luffy charges forward, ready to clash with the machine, but Bonnie tackles him to the ground, screaming for him to stop. Through tears, she cries out that this is her dad, the only family she has left in the world. Jinbe recalls her mentioning that her father had been turned into a cyborg, but he never could have imagined it was this Kuma. We're hit with a heartbreaking flashback of a young, happy Bonnie, playing with her father before he was taken from her. As the robot powers up another laser blast, Luffy rushes to protect her. The screen is engulfed in a massive explosion that lights up the entire island. But wait, the episode isn't done with us yet. It cuts to the open sea, where Beppo is just chilling and sunbathing on Law's submarine. His crewmates are complaining about him shedding fur everywhere. Suddenly, Law senses something. Something big. In the surrounding mist, and he's right. Emerging from the fog is a colossal ship. The flagship of none other than the Emperor of the Sea, Blackbeard. His top commanders appear one by one. Jesus Burgess, user of the Power fruit. Van Augur with his Warp fruit. Doc Q and his mythical Zone Pegasus. Stronger, and of course, the man himself, Marshall D. Teach, with a staggering bounty of nearly 4 billion berries. Blackbeard grins his menacing grin and declares, "The hunt begins." Both crews brace for an epic battle, and right there, the episode ends on one of the most insane cliffhangers of the entire arc. So, what did you all think of this roller coaster of an episode? The mysteries surrounding Vegapunk, Bonnie's tragic past, and now a showdown between Law and Blackbeard. Things are escalating faster than we could have ever imagined. If you enjoyed this recap, do me a huge favor and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future breakdowns. Let me know in the comments who you think will win this epic Clash of Titans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.